Hi there, I'm Johanna and I'm a coach and hypnotherapist and I specialise in perinatal mental health. So do you ever have that, find yourself having a conversation, a conflicting conversation with yourself? So give an example like, tonight I'm going to get my husband to feed the baby and I'm going to have a proper rest because I really need one. And then immediately afterwards, this little nagging voice starts telling you, but what if he forgets to put on that cream, that ointment on their little bottoms? Or what if the bottle is far too hot and they burn their wee mouths? Or what if they fall asleep while feeding the baby? And what if they drop the baby? And in a split second, you basically changed your mind and you'll be doing it yourself. You'll be feeding the baby yourself, despite the fact that, you're absolutely beyond exhaustion and you really needed that break. Or maybe you're having thoughts like, I'm checking my baby for the 18th time now since putting him down for his nap. He's fine, he's okay, I need to let it go because I keep waking him up. It's going to mess with the sleeping schedule. And then the next minute, you find yourself trying to wake your baby and checking on your baby again. Or maybe you're deciding to go out with a bunch of girlfriends, but you find yourself home within the hour because, you can't be away from your baby. So you sort of make up your mind to do something and then immediately afterwards you change your mind. It's like, it's like you talking and then all of a sudden there's a narrator's voice that starts telling the same story, but then in a different way. And I find this on Instagram and it made me laugh initially, but the truth is, this is what happens to us all day long. It's you saying one thing, and then this narrator voice in our mind tells us something completely different. So basically put, it's your conscious mind that's deciding to do something. I'm going to decide to ask my husband to feed the baby tonight so I can have a rest because I need one. I've decided that I'm not going to check on my baby 20 times for every half an hour sleep. Tonight, I'm going out with my girlfriend. That's your conscious mind making a certain decision. And then that narrator, or what I would call the unconscious mind, all of a sudden starts telling you that all the dangers, the stories about babies choking. So yes, you need to check up on your baby. Or are you not being there and you could have saved him if you'd only gone up to check on him, despite the fact that you just told yourself not to do it. And all of a sudden you find yourself standing over their cot with your ear near their little mouths and their nose and your hand on their wee bellies to make sure that they're still alive and kicking. It's that narrator, that unconscious mind that for some reason is making you do something differently than you consciously had decided. So the conscious and the unconscious mind, they seem to be in conflict together, in conflict with each other. And, it doesn't have to be a big deal, so long as it doesn't compromise your mental well-being. And that's where often things start to spiral out of control for new mums or new parents. Once you start having panic attacks or anxiety attacks, once that feeling of depression starts to set in, or you start resenting your partner for things, once you start doubting your parenthood skills, or when all these horrible intrusive thoughts start entering your mind, maybe social isolation, OCD, those are all the mental health issues, all the struggles that we can go through when we start to compromise our life, basically. That's when we know that that conflict between the conscious and the unconscious mind is getting out of hand. And sometimes it's really hard to resolve it because the conscious mind will come up with ideas to resolve it, but as long as that unconscious mind is battling against it, it's probably not going to work. And you may need a little help to resolve it, to unconflict the two that are in conflict, to get them to be happy together again, to be in sync. And it's really important to note here, it's a bit of an uneven match. And I'll explain to you why, because the subconscious is a bit bigger than the conscious mind. So the conscious mind is like 10%, and the unconscious mind, so what's in here, it's about 90%. So who's going to win this discussion? Now, it's a very important question to ask is, how do we align the two so that they stop messing with your head? How do we align that conscious and subconscious so that they're in agreement together instead of in conflict? Now, since you're watching this video, chances are that you probably recognize this. So a lot of therapies out there help to a certain extent, but so long as your subconscious keeps overruling your conscious decisions, they will not get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem lies in the subconscious mind. But if you can't get there, then it's hard to solve. Think of it like someone who is trying to stop smoking, for example. You know, consciously, they know that it's bad for them. They know it's expensive. They know it makes them smell. They know that with their conscious mind. So why are they not quitting? Well, it's because the subconscious mind keeps leading them back to the action of lighting up another cigarette. Why does it do that? And the exact same principle applies to your mental health struggles. Why does your unconscious mind keep leading you back to lighting a cigarette, keep leading you back to checking on your baby? The subconscious mind is battling with the conscious mind. And that's where all the problems lie. I hope that helps. Take care.